Are we on? Are we on? Camera one? Camera four, rolling? Camera 19, rolling? Oh, hi guys. Didn't see you there. Hello. Welcome to another episode of 7 Days of Flesh and Blood with with Chris Bewley. Now, this week we have an absolutely incredibly consistent top level player. Some would say he is the best player in the world right now. He won not only the Metrix Daily Win a Case 2-day event with Dash, the little bitch, and after that, on the 26th of April 2020, this guy almost said a bad word then. He won again with Dorinthea, designed to beat Dash. Anyway, this man, Nick Butcher, back-to-back first places with incredible deck building, play, design, and all the rest. Come on, let's see what Nick has to say. An awesome dude who really knows how to play this game. Hey, Nick, thank you so much for coming on 7 Days of Flesh and Blood. I've heard a lot about you. So,
not much.
Nice to finally meet you. Hey, first question. What do you think about Hearthstone? You told me you've been playing for 2 days. First impressions?
Too luck based, and I suck, so it's fine.
Bob is full of encouraging and motivating words for you.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the stuff I want when I want it, but it is what it is.
He drives a hard fucking old mate Bobby boy, doesn't he? Hey, so first question, first flesh and blood question. Sorry about the Hearthstone, wrong game. How have your last 7 days of flesh and blood been? What have you been doing?
I haven't played at all, but I started doing commentary with Matt Rogers. Just try it out, see if people like it. And it's been all right. I think good reception to it, and people that are well known in the community able to give insight on the game is pretty good for new players. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't played a single game, but
yeah, well, it's I think by the sounds of things, your recent performances, you deserve a little bit of a break, and we'll come to that very soon. But yeah, this commentary that you and Matt have been doing, I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I've been planning the next 6-year projected vision of 7 Days of Flesh and Blood, but it does sound like an amazing thing to do for the people, because we get to see some people play games, but like you said, you and Matt, with your experience and skills, your feedback and analysis of these games will be invaluable. I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, it'll be all right. Well, it was only last night, so we got heaps of time for everyone to check it out. I think it's on the Metrix Daily channel.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, well, let's ask a few questions. So the recent results that I am talking about are first place in the Metrix Daily Win a Case event and first place in the Metrix Daily $1,000 event. Congratulations, first of all. That's incredible.
It's all right. No Sasha, but it's fine.
Very, very good. Well, tell me, how did each of these two wins feel? And how would you compare the two of these wins with each other?
They're both pretty reasonable. It's pretty tiring to play all that on the computer, whereas in real life it's a bit easier to, walk around after your games, talk to people. Whereas in these, you're just sitting on a computer and looking at a screen. It kind of strains your eyes and it's kind of tiring. But yeah, the second one was a bit better because there was a 2-day event, so people got a chance to relax for the top cut.
That's true. And now in that first event, the first of the two was the Win a Case. Now this is April the 5th, 2020. The deck that you played, can you tell us a little bit about the background of the deck, why you chose it, and any type of preparation going into that Win a Case event, specifically about the deck?
Is that the Dash deck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
You tell
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, so it started when I was reading the cards. I think I was at a hair appointment, and I was just sitting there waiting, and I was going through the cards, and I was just thinking about how you start induction chamber. If you get a second one out or a third one out with a lot of blues, you can just defend forever and just attack, do some chip damage over and over again. And then I just like slowly like built in my head, and then I had like a list that started, which is rubbish, like obviously as it starts, but then it just built to where I went to the case, which wasn't a very good at the case event, but it was just enough because people didn't know about it except Carol, who watched me play or played games with me, and then decided to change that deck for that tournament as well.
Yeah. Matthew Rogers did go on record about 5 times saying how terrible your Dash deck was. Do you have any response to Mr. Rogers' analysis and critique of your tournament-winning deck?
It's fine. Results speak for themselves. The better player, always better player, is me, obviously. So it's fine.
And another question about the Dash induction defensive fatigue deck.
Mm-hmm.
And you definitely are a man of great humility, but do we have you to blame for this archetype? Yes or no?
People say it as a joke, but other people were playing it at the same time. It's pretty simple to figure out, to be honest. It's simply just a little bit of maths that 2 blues is very powerful in a deck that just attacks with a pistol.
Oh. Yeah. Awesome. Well, it's amazing how you were able, and like you said, other players also were able to find a hole or an exploit in the game which could be taken advantage of in the form, of course, of the infamous induction chamber. Now, after winning this tournament, there were a lot of tabletop simulated games. People were playing this deck. A lot of people expressing slight dissatisfaction with the pleasure of which these games brought. But I'm in the same boat as you. If it wins, play it. But my point is, the very next week, was it? No, not the very next week, but April 26, 2020, approximately. You played a very, very different deck, and you won this tournament. Can you tell us why and how was the deck that won this $1,000 tournament different? Why did you choose it?
The warrior deck this time?
Yeah.
Okay, so I went with it because it just is quite strong against the dash control deck. I was playing with Matt Rogers, and we changed the list. We made a dash control deck that like pretty much the bar. If you can beat that version of the deck, that your deck was actually incredibly strong and could definitely win any event.
That's a great one.
We're playing some games.
Stop the testing.
Yeah, so this deck kind of got smashed at first. We changed it a few cards, and then we just like changed a few cards that were just bad, and we added some stuff. And yeah, I added a lot of other random stuff into it, and then I was planning to play it at the Road to Nationals, which I mean would have been very successful because no one was prepared for war. We're even less prepared for war.
Yeah. You're right, bro. This is at a time where people were posting on different forums saying, "Where is Lady Dorinthea? What's going on? Why is no one playing it? Oh, she sucks now." And then again, you come out of nowhere with a surprise deck.
Yeah. Alan Hale, he asked me to do like a questionnaire before this Road to Nats, and I just gave the full like details as to why I chose to play Warrior for the event. And yeah, it would have been good to get that out to the people on the Fab page because it actually had good insight, but it didn't happen, so it's fine. Maybe I'll like talk about it another time, maybe on commentary if someone's playing Warrior.
Yeah, cool. Oh, that's awesome. So both of these events, you and your team of the testing crew that you work with, you didn't just take the status quo, or you didn't just take the best deck and run it into a tournament with your already incredible skills. Why did both of these times, why did you choose to play something new or against the grain?
It's just what the meta is defined by. So if everyone's playing dash control and decks to beat dash control, so the decks that beat dash control, decks that are super aggressive. But if people are playing those decks, they also lose to things like Steelblade Shunt. So Warriors is the perfect choice for both those matchups because it can play aggressive if you side out all your defense reacts, and it can also beat Ninja in the way that Steelblade Shunt is a free 6 defense off Tunic. So it actually has like very good all-round matchups against everything.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Very, very well done. That's cool. Congrats to you and your team. Hey, now, tell me a little bit of background about your own sort of card game or any type of game background, and how did you get into Flesh and Blood?
I played Yu-Gi-Oh! With people like Chris Gehring back in. I still play now a little bit.
He's pretty good at games.
Yeah, he's decent. So he we knew people from YGO Singles. Like my friend worked for YGO Singles, and we knew James and Chris and all those guys. So when we knew they were playing out a new card game, we thought we'd support it. And yeah, it just ended up being a pretty decent game. I wasn't actually going to play it at all. I showed up. I was going to bail on the Sydney calling. I emailed the tournament organizer for that event, the Calling Sydney, that I wanted a refund for my thing because I didn't think I could make it because I didn't want to go. And I thought, what's the point of wasting my Saturday if I'm just going to scrub out? But I just thought, maybe I pull a legendary, scrub out, and just make a bit of money. And it worked out pretty well that I made top cut in that event. So yeah, get lucky.
Amazing. But now, is there something to this? So first I talked with Matt on the first week. Second show was Kenny Michael, and third now you. All three of you guys have said Flesh and Blood. It kind of just happened. I didn't expect it to. I guess that comes with it being a new game, but
yeah.
If this is how good you are when it was a surprise. Damn, I wonder what you will achieve when you're intentionally, consciously planning to try. Anyway,
yeah, we'll see how that goes in the future. If I can do that, we'll see.
Amen.
Yeah, even for Auckland, I wasn't that prepared. I thought I was going to scrub out, but it was fine. Yeah.
Man, very, very cool. Hey, yes. So, if we look back at the 10K Sydney, which was a sealed, is that right? Or was that no? You had one of each.
Yeah, it was sealed.
Sealed one. So if you look at that sealed event and other $10,000 events at that time, you compare that with the really cutthroat competition today that we see on TTS, with all of the world's players coming together and not just one city. Do you think that today's tournaments from the last month are more difficult than the 10Ks around that time?
Yeah, definitely. People are way smarter about how they play. Like everyone's playing Sigil of Solace now, which was my big edge at the Auckland Calling, the constructed event, because no one liked that card at all. Everyone disregarded it, but I wouldn't have topped without that card in my deck. It just won every single game I played. It just is what it is. Like,
yeah,
now everyone plays it, so it's a lot harder.
Life gain is dismissed in a lot of other card games.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But that's the difference between this card game, right? It's very different to other card games that are based on advantage and, building a board and beating your opponent through sheer advantage and, negation. But this is a completely different game.
It feels like a real fight. It's clearly we love this game. Yeah, oh, that's cool. And all right, so yeah, these ones I am in agreement that these ones are a lot tougher for many reasons. One of them, the computer aspect, which for whatever reason is a part of the game. Fatigue, that physical fatigue. Anyway, lots of reasons why it's different, and I agree it is more difficult. So with these events and the upcoming road to return to Revenge of the Nationals, what is your preparation process? Of course, Matt, who is part of your team, gave us a bit of insight, but do you tell us about your personal process before a big event?
Well, the last few flow events I played, I haven't had any real preparation. Like the Auckland Calling didn't have any prep or anything like that. But I just played, like when TTS came out, I just played a couple of games with Matt at night. He messaged me saying play, and we just played a few games. Not that much like strenuous stuff, because at the end of the day, you play your best, and you just get confidence in your own deck and your own cards. Yeah, and skills just come to you through playing. you get a feel for it. At the what was it, the 1K event, I lost round 1 because I just played really bad, and then you just get it because I wasn't so used to playing aggressive decks, but you just get a feel for it. You know, you just I don't know.
No, man. Practice makes perfect, and like many very skilled players of this game say, practice, motor memory, muscle memory, motor skills makes perfect. Well, they don't say that. Yeah, man. Oh, that's cool. AKA, you're just a natural prodigy at card games.
Not really. Not really. You just need to know like win conditions and stuff like that, and because Fab's so different, people haven't figured out how to have a win condition yet, so they'll get to there.
What the fuck? Oh my god! How is that?
I hope this is editing. Skin fix and editing. You there? Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. It's good. Cool. Oh, awesome. Hey, thanks, Nick. All right, now, let me paint a picture for you, my bro.
All right.
Zombie apocalypse, not those walking, crawling ones, those fucking sprinting, jumping, biting zombies. You get one hero from all our flesh and blood. You've got 9 to choose from, including Era.
Yeah.
Who do you choose to help you survive a zombie apocalypse?
I'm gonna go Kano. He has the best range. So in terms of protection and zombies running at you quick, he has range. So there's no melee fighting against a bunch of zombies. Probably smartest thing to do. And he lives on Volcano, so pretty freaking hot. Yeah.
I think that's a good choice. Much better than. All right, I'm in. Okay, next scenario. Now you're on a desert island. Kano's not in, or maybe he is. Have you seen Castaway with Tom Hanks?
No.
Oh, come on. Anyway, you're on a desert island. You've got maybe 30 days to live. Maybe you just chill out the end of your days with a hero, or maybe you try your best to survive. Desert island, 30 days. Who do you choose?
To help survive, or to live the best 30 days that I can?
It's all the flaming inferno ball of fire is in your court.
Okay. I'm just gonna desert island, huh? I couldn't answer that honestly. I don't know.
I heard Brenner is a good swimmer.
Maybe, but I assume Kano can fly.
What? Kano can fly?
Maybe. I mean, no one wears capes for no reason. I'm gonna go Kano. He can potentially fly, and also he's a wizard, so who knows what trick who knows what he can cook up with his little crucible.
Yeah, that's good. Shit, yeah, Kano's pretty fucking strong, actually. All right, now you are in a prison cell for 1 week. I don't know why. I'm not going to ask why. No judgment here. But now you can choose any of the 9 heroes. Who do you choose 1 week in a prison cell with you, and why?
I'll pick Dorinthea.
Would you
I won't give the reason.
Because she took you to first place and you're just really grateful.
Yeah, definitely. I'll repay my gratitude.
I bet you will. And all right, here's something a bit different. So where are you right now? Like
in my bedroom.
I knew you would say that. Which country?
Australia.
Which city?
Sydney.
Oh, cool. Now, you and many of our viewers have probably heard about the New Zealand level 4 lockdown where we were not allowed to go outside, do anything. Have you guys had something similar?
Yeah, we have supermarkets open and fast food places. Some stores that choose to open if they want to, but I think it's starting to ease. Restrictions are starting to ease because our country's pretty on point with our social distancing. So pretty good.
Oh, nice! Wow. Let's go back in time. 2 weeks. You're in New Zealand. Nothing is open apart from super essentials. Anyway, you're in a house. You're locked in the house with 4 other heroes. You choose. So you're inside for 4 weeks with Raina, Dorinthea, Bravo, and Katsu, all from Welcome to Wrath, or you're inside with Azalea. What's that one that everyone hates? Dash, Adult Dash. Not that other one, the Adult Dash. And the other 2, which house do you choose and why? Prison.
Probably the Arcane Rising characters. Yeah, I don't know. Viscerai seems like a guy who wouldn't leave a room. He's pretty sheltered, I think, from the law.
He's had a hard life, Big Vis, hasn't he?
Yeah. Azalea kind of reminds me of like Holly Holm or some UFC fighter who just ripped my head off if I looked at her the wrong way. So that's not.
Yeah. Which one? Azalea?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. She looks vicious.
Yeah. That should probably like make me a good computer, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. They're a nice balance, and then you've got Kano who can do fucking anything. So yeah.
Exactly. Except win events, but.
Except what event? Well, bro, there's the challenge for your next event. But you kind of like actually don't, Oh, cool. Hey, a couple more questions. So, Fab, pretty cool game. Where do you see Flesh and Blood in 5 years? It's 2025. Everyone's out in the open, touching, holding hands, embracing, kissing. Where is Flesh and Blood in 5 years, and how do you fit in?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's so volatile right now, like card games. People think they're going digital, so it'll be pretty hard. But hopefully it survives. In all honesty, the whole debacle with the road to 10K pricing and all that stuff that happened in the groups that I was reading about. I didn't say anything, but all I was reading about, my friends quit the game over it. So it's like a lot of other stuff that just kind of set the game back a little bit. But I'm not going to get into it. It's just
childish shit at that time. I read some things.
Yeah, and both sides are just kind of in the wrong, and it's kind of like just looks bad on everyone. It's kind of unfortunate. So like my confidence diminished a little bit because of that stuff, but hopefully it recovers.
Yeah, Nick, what you're saying there is very, very valid and important point for everybody in the community to think about. Is small comments and actions on the internet, especially when the community is so small and relatively close, can have massive detrimental effects, like Nick said. So let's be kind to each other, everybody, and continue to really grow this great game that we know and love. We don't want people quitting because of shitty comments on the internet.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Oh, cool. All right. A little bit more. Now you're at a future 10K event. You go to the pairings. You're 1 win from top 8. It's winning in. Who do you least want to see on the pairings board, and who do you most want to see? To get into that.
Probably the least. I don't really have a preference of who I verse. Like the winners are. There's a lot of less luck involved, no matter what, no matter how good you are, right? So I think if you just play your best, it doesn't matter who you play against. Because at the end of the day, if you play the best you can, then your opponent doesn't matter. So it doesn't really affect me, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. So your answer is not you most want to see Matt Rogers because he's a bit of a pushover?
Not anymore.
You trained him on.
He's way better now that I've taught him a thing or two, unfortunately. But it's fine. Everyone needs a testing partner.
Awesome, bro. Okay, cool. And who do you look up to as far as trading card games or games go? Is there someone that you look to for inspiration or advice?
Not really. Yeah, it's like trading card games. Yeah, I don't know. Not really, to be honest. Yeah. I don't really have any,
That's cool. You're really a man confident in his own abilities. You understand how much variance plays in games, and it sounds like you're just having a good time all around. You're not taking shit too seriously. That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's fine. Once like big events start coming around, I'll start getting serious. But yeah, just chill out, play some TTS weekly leagues. It's pretty fun, learn some stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got it figured out, brother. Well, just before we head off, do you have any advice for our community, for players, or anything you want to say in general?
Yeah, for advice, I just say that don't play the same against every character that your opponent has on the table. I see a lot of people, they just play their exact same game plan against every deck. But you should try and change your strategy depending on what your opponent's hero is, not only in sideboard but in the way you play your cards. And also, there's no card advantage in this game, so it's all about putting more pressure on your opponent. So people just taking a lot of damage, and then they try and deal as much damage back, but they don't calculate what your opponent might have on the following turn to defend with. They only care about their own turn, which is why you see a lot of good players, they think a lot on the blocking phase of your opponent's attacks. But yeah, and then also you want to protect your life total. People just think life's whatever. I have cards. I have a lot of good cards in my deck. I can take all the life I want, but it's not how it works in this game like it is in other games. You could be in one life in other card games.
I'm the one fucking culprit for not blocking in this game. So yeah. I'm listening.
Yeah. That's why stuff like Sigil's good, because you can protect your life total, which inherently gives you card advantage and pressure advantage because you can take more hits than your opponent, which means you have better cards. And another thing is your deck is the biggest resource, so you want to put good cards to the bottom of your deck. It's a basic thing. You put a good card in the pitch and then it goes to the bottom of your deck, and then later on you have it. But it's just a lot of people just aren't putting their order of the deck right. They're not putting the right cards back with Remembrance. They're just putting the same cards back every game, but certain matchups need other cards. I won't put Ironsong Determination back all the time with Remembrance in certain matchups because Life for a Life and Scards are more important in certain matchups. So I'll just put those back in. But it's just little things. People just need to play and recognize what cards are good and what's not. But if people want to get competitive, then you can't just play your favorite cards. You have to play what's best. Yeah, that's advice.
Well, those small things add up, eh? Those pitch cards come back around before you know it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Well, hey, Nick, thanks again so much for coming on the show. Not only just at super short notice, but just for, really making the effort to meet me where I'm at with my, again, self-turning off mobile phone. Stay tuned for next video where it will turn off twice. But no, really, really appreciate the mind and the words that you've had to say and the things that you've shared with us, and all the best for the future. You're only gonna go further from here.
Thanks. It's my pleasure. That's fine. I don't mind helping out the community where I can, as long as I don't have to do any setup or anything.
We really, really appreciate it. Thanks, brother. Take care.
See ya. Bye.
See ya.
No, put the soy milk back. And we can't use trim milk either. We were 47 cents over the... Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out this week's video with Nick Butcher. And thank you for watching 7 Days of Flesh and Blood as always. Stay tuned for our next video coming very soon to find out how many times will Chris's mobile disconnect this video. Hey, take care, stay safe, and we will see you in the flesh and blood very soon. Take care.